Hello, my name is Alex, and I'm part of the Flash Tracker group, and I'm going to be narrating this Flash Tracker report number 1. The other members in my group are Jacob, Victor, Jesse, Luan, and Lee. We each assigned ourselves team roles, and we assigned ourselves these team roles based on previous experiences we had within that role, whether they be from class or internships. As you can see, Jacob and Victor are going to be working on the database. Jesse and Luan are going to be working on the user interface. I'm going to be the tester for this project, and Lee is going to be assigned to security. The development environment we chose was based on a discussion with the customer. They're very excited about the possibility of a web-based application. They wanted their employees to be able to use the web-based application, and they were excited about the possibility of expanding the application in the future to allow their own customers to access the website and enter in their own events without having to go through their employees. This web-based application will be developed in HTML and CSS. It will have support for every browser except for Internet Explorer with versions 6 or older. We're going to be using Amazon Web Service to host our database once it goes live. However, in the beforehand process during development, is going to be hosted most likely on a private server. We chose Amazon Web Service because of its relative ease of use and low cost compared to other services that we have so far investigated. For development methodologies, we have identified a software-intensive application or system as our ICSM common case. We chose to use JAD because it will allow our team to perform real-time design decisions with our customer and ensure timely delivery of our product. We're going to use pair programming to allow team members working in the same area to develop together and ensure good development practices when writing our project code. We're going to use Agile and Extreme Programming because it works well for our small team size of 6 and allows for flexibility. We're going to use COTS to simplify our development time and processes. Our project estimates were based on a COCOMO model. We found that our effort is going to be 2.9 person months with a schedule of 5.2 person months. We used $5,000 per person month as our estimate, which results in a cost of about $14,700, and our total equivalent size is 1,000 source lines of code. Unfortunately for our schedule, we were unable to fully complete our schedule. We attempted to use OpenProj to develop the schedule, however, the members in that meeting were unable to install OpenProj on their computers. This was 3 separate computers that OpenProj failed to install on. So for now, we used OpenLibre to develop our schedule as a rough draft, and we will most likely edit this in the future based on your feedback. As for our requirements, Flash Tracker's functionality will allow users to schedule events. It will capture information about those events, such as the clients that ordered it, the times of the event, and any fees associated with the event, whether that be ordering inventory or charging for location and things of that nature. It will also track the inventory being used. It will also manage contracts between the Flash event company and their sponsors and providers. And it will track Flash event's own employees' location. It will track their hours worked and their pay. Flash Tracker will also perform according to the requirements that were given to us, and it will perform by utilizing a GUI that will respond in 5 seconds of completing a transaction, and it will not corrupt the data during those 5 seconds. And then as for an analysis of our requirements, we found that they were fairly complete, and that the requirements were consistent within their own categories, but slightly inconsistent within other categories. An example of this is we found that the system really represents 2 different ideas, the event tracking system and the payroll system, which is why we find that something like the order management subsystem is rather inconsistent with the employee subsystem, as they seem to be 2 different projects. That resulted in discussions with the customer that allowed us to focus our priorities mainly on the event planning side and allowed us to push back the payroll system until later. However, we will still be developing on the payroll system lightly, and we'll put it in a demonstratable state for the customer. These changes to our requirements also resulted in a discussion which allowed us to change our application from originally being a desktop client to the web application that it is now. For our project risks, since we're students, we estimate a high learning curve for using HTML and CSS. We expect that it may take longer than we expect to learn these languages and use them to correctly implement our solution. We also have security concerns over the website we are developing. As we said, the customer was excited about the possibility of expanding it for public use to allow their customers to access the website and plan their own events. And since this order entry system is also tied to the payroll system, we are concerned that exposing this website to the public may represent a security breach for sensitive employee data. We're also continuing to explore different software that may fulfill our needs for this project, and we have remaining questions about the project, such as the exact graphical design for the website and various things that we need to place on the website, like the company logo and a color scheme for the website, which is again associated with the design. Thank you very much for listening to this report.